What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers missed out on Klay Thompson, which is unfortunate, right? He's an excellent shooter still. Yes, he's not the same guy he once was, but he would have had such an impact playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Still on 9 attempts per game from three-point range, was shooting 39%. That type of volume, especially with the type of offense that JJ Redick wants to run, he would have been a very good piece for the Lakers, right? He's not the guy that's, your second or third best player and, is consistently dropping 25 and defending the best player on the other team. But him as like your fourth option is massive, right? Well, now that Klay is Dallas Maverick and all these teams are improving, the Lakers have to pivot. Lakers have to find a plan B. And it looks like it's DeMar DeRozan. So the Lakers are in contact with DeMar DeRozan's agent and are working hard behind the scenes to try to acquire DeMar DeRozan. And based on the reports, it looks like it's either going to be a one-year deal or it's going to have to be a sign and trade. Now, ideally, I would like to get him on the mid-level exception, right? If he's willing to take that even for 1 year, it might be something where he's like, I get to fulfill my dream, play with the Lakers for a year, and, I'll take the discount for the year. And then, there's not really any other options, right? To me, get him for the year. The couple reasons why I like the idea of the mid-level exception. One is because then you can go and make other trades. Obviously, that's the easiest right answer is like, hey, you sign him to the mid-level exception. He's worth more than $13 million, so you're getting him at great value. And now you can go and make other trades, make other moves in order to kind of build that roster around, DeMar DeRozan, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Perfect. The other thing is that although I believe DeMar DeRozan will fit, and I'll dive into some of the reasoning here in a moment, there is the concern that it might not. And if you go and you sign and trade for him for, say, 3 years, $60 million or something like that, right? Although, it would be nice to have him locked up long term. To me, it's like, if you do the 1 year deal, you can kind of play it safe. And then if you want to re-sign him, and let's say it works, he's going to want to stay, right? So then you kind of work it out. LeBron supposedly is interested in just kind of taking 1 year deals the rest of the way, probably to maintain flexibility, right? So the Lakers could work it out to where they'd be able to re-sign DeMar DeRozan if it works out. But if it doesn't, now you're not stuck in handcuffed to where it's like, now what do we do? Are we even going to be able to trade DeMar DeRozan? And if so, what are we going to get in return? Or what are we going to have to give up, right? So it's just kind of like the safer route. And again, if it works, then you work it out and you figure out how to keep him long term. But as far as DeMar DeRozan with the Lakers and the fit, I'm not really so concerned with the fit, simply on the fact of, yes, he doesn't shoot threes, but there's more to floor spacing than just shooting threes, right? And JJ, yes, he wants to take more threes. He wants the team to be more efficient in the three-point range, but you still need guys that do other things and can just go get a bucket. Right? Give me the guy that can get you a bucket over the guy that, is hit or miss from three-point range. Right? It's not like the Lakers have a bunch of elite shooters. And DeMar DeRozan's skill set is so important, especially come playoff time. Right? When defenses are so focused on protecting the rim and closing out hard on the three. It's a reason that you look at all the teams throughout history that have had success and won NBA championships. They all have guys or multiple guys that can shoot over the top and knock down the mid-range. Dallas, Kyrie, Luka, in the NBA Finals, can knock down the mid-range. They actually love taking mid-range shots. You look at the Boston Celtics, right? Kristaps Porzingis loves that little free throw line extended, right? Jason Tatum lives and breathes at that elbow, right? He loves that little mid-range turnaround. Jaylen Brown, right? You look at a lot of these guys and a lot of these teams, right? A lot of them live in that mid-range. Denver, right? Yes, they shoot threes. They have guys that shoot threes, but they also have a lot of guys that can take mid-range. How did the Lakers lose 2 game-winning shots? Was it threes? No, it was the mid-range, right? Because they were chasing Jamal Murray off of the three-point line. He was able to get to his spot. First time was in the corner over Anthony Davis. Second time was what? It was like the weak side corner of the free throw line area, kind of in that area. And guess what? Shot over the top with Reeves chasing and Anthony Davis trying to close out, right? Mid-range is very important. Also, DeMar doesn't take threes, but he takes deep twos, right? That are basically borderline threes. Also, DeMar DeRozan is 36% on catch and shoot threes, which again isn't ridiculously good, but it is, better than league average. So that's good. And then he can and has had success shooting the three at times. He just doesn't take a lot of volume. Right? But maybe he would playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But more to me than anything, it's just, one, he's been one of the best fourth quarter scorers in the league. He's been one of the best crunch time players in the league. He's been one of the best closers in the league. I mean, this is a guy that's been, top 5, top 10 in that department. So now you would have a guy that can go and close down the stretch and hit the big shots and take pressure off of LeBron, take pressure off of Anthony Davis. Now, obviously, JJ Redick wants to get Anthony Davis more involved on the offensive side, especially in particular fourth quarter and towards the end of games. But to have that guy to where now it's not just LeBron taking over and trying to close out games every single time. It's not just Anthony Davis trying to close. It's not just DeMar. Now you have this three-headed monster. Plus Austin Reeves can hit a shot. Now I'm sure that the Lakers are going to do other moves besides DeMar DeRozan. To me, if you can land DeMar DeRozan, you do it. Right? He is very talented, very skilled. Defensively, he's serviceable. He's not some elite, great defensive guy, but he's got good size, good length, and he can get a stop. He's shown it on numerous occasions. He buys in defensively. Chicago, with like Kobe White, Zach LaVine, they had Alex Caruso too, to be fair. And then DeMar DeRozan. They had stretches where they were like the best defensive team because when they buy in and are focused, he can play defense. Again, he's not elite. He's not some guy that you're putting on your best player and he's locking him up and clamping him out. No, but he is a guy that can, again, be serviceable. And then you add that to Anthony Davis. You go get another, good defensive piece. Maybe you can convince like a Miles Bridges, or you can go get Jeremy Grant, right? Get one of those guys to play the wing. So now you got that defender that can defend multiple positions, right? But to me, it's like if you get the talent, right? DeMar, if you can get him for the mid-level exception, you do it. It's an easy answer in that regard, right? Because now you can go do so many other things. You can go make so many other moves. If you need to work out a sign and trade, I'm okay with it, sure. Obviously, it depends on what you have to give up. But like if you can flip D'Lo into DeMar DeRozan, right? Because Chicago's like, we'd like to get something, give us a couple seconds, or give us Jalen Hood-Schifino and D'Angelo Russell, and you can have that. Okay, perfect. Let's take that. Right? Now you're adding him to the core, and you still have Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt. You still have all these pieces that you can use to go make trades or a trade or whatever you need to do to continue to improve and upgrade the roster. To me, DeMar DeRozan, I'm not really so worried about the fit. To me, it's how does JJ Redick utilize and capitalize on his strengths as well as within the flow of the offense. The pick and roll, the pick and pops, like all the things that you can run with DeMar DeRozan, his ability to make plays and initiate the offense if need be, right? LeBron being able to drive and create attention and kick out to DeMar DeRozan is going to be massive for the Lakers. Yes, it probably is not going to be a 3, but give me the 50% on 2-point range. I know he's a bucket. Also, he's a guy that we saw the last few years. Lakers get completely stagnant offensively, and they just can't. They get in these stretches where they can't buy a bucket. Look at the Denver series, right? We were winning in every one of those games, and then we just hit this wall, right? And it's like, now what? And LeBron's gassed, and they're not getting the ball to Anthony Davis, and it's like, what do you do? Or Anthony Davis is getting some rest. Now you'd have a guy in DeMar DeRozan that you just go, here's the basketball. Go get a bucket. We haven't scored in 2 minutes. Can you just go score? And he can get the basketball, go, sure, no problem. And just go get a bucket. Like, that would be so valuable to have a guy that is one of the elites in that regard of just going and getting a bucket. Not just that, he wouldn't be your first option. He wouldn't even be your second. Talking about DeMar DeRozan as your third option, Right? That's great. You know he wants to be a Laker. He's wanted to be a Laker. He went on an entire press tour a couple years ago about how much he wanted to be a Laker and how unfortunate it was he wasn't a Laker, how he thought he was going to the Lakers. Like, so much so he went on vacation just to clear his head and, and take in the moment, and then came back and the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook, right? DeMar DeRozan would be great. Right? Are there concerns? Of course. But you could say that about anybody, right? Like, even if they got Klay, yes, he fits seamlessly, but there could be this learning curve. There could be this question of him, like, how does he fit alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James, right? Are they, is he going to, be able to hit the shots? Is he going to be able to stay healthy? Is he going to be able to, not go 0 of 10 from 3, right? Or from the field, period, right? Like, there's going to be questions with everybody, right? And you can find things for everybody. You can find arguments for everybody. DeMar DeRozan has been a model of health. He's been incredibly consistent. He's one of the best just bucket getters in the league. You don't say no to that. If you can get that, especially for $13 million, like, you do that. It's a no-brainer. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you think, like, yes, go get DeMar DeRozan, and then go make some other trades, whatever you got to do? Do you think, no, stay away from DeMar DeRozan, go get somebody else? I don't know who else that would be, especially with the mid-level exception, maybe a Miles Bridges or something like that. But I just think you're probably going to have to sign a trade for him, right? So if you want Miles Bridges, get DeMar, and then go trade for Bridges, and then now you got, DeMar, Reeves, Bridges, LeBron, and AD. Let's go. Right? You got offense, you got defense, you got scoring, you got a little bit of everything. Right? At that point, I believe the Lakers can compete with the rest of the league. Right? And you'd still have guys on the bench. Right? You'd still have, probably Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie. You got to get a center, obviously. Maybe you're making another move to go get a center. Right? Like, there's options there. But again, I feel whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.